Welcome back to the channel where rare coins, numismatic mysteries, and jaw-dropping discoveries take center stage, and today we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing, intriguing, and mind-blowing stories in the world of coin collecting. The unbelievable tale of a 2016 1-cent coin that has been valued at an astronomical $888 million due to its extraordinary combination of rare minting errors, production anomalies, and eye-catching oddities that have captivated collectors, experts, and treasure hunters from every corner of the globe. A coin so unique and mysterious that its sheer rarity and dramatic backstory elevate it from a mere piece of copper-plated zinc into a legend worth hundreds of millions, igniting debates, thrilling auctions, and intense bidding wars. And in today's feature-length deep dive we'll explore the remarkable sequence of events, minting flaws, striking mistakes, historical context, and unbelievable possibilities that could turn a humble 2016 penny into the single most valuable Lincoln cent ever to exist, a story that starts not in the gleaming vaults of a museum but in the dusty change jar of an unsuspecting collector who unknowingly possessed a coin unlike any other, minted in the era of the shield reverse design, a period when billions of pennies were churned out by the U.S. Mint each year. Yet this particular 2016 specimen stood alone, harboring layer upon layer of astonishing irregularities, including but not limited to a double die obverse so intense that Lincoln's face appears shadowed with a spectral echo, doubling visible not only in the motto "I in God We Trust" but also strikingly apparent in the word liberty and the date 2016 itself, all of which was confirmed under microscopic examination by multiple professional graders. And while dramatic doubling alone can send a coin's value skyrocketing, this was just the tip of the iceberg, because further analysis revealed a bizarre off-center strike of approximately 25%, leaving a crescent moon of blank planchet exposed along one edge while compressing the opposite details into a tight arc, an error that in combination with doubling is almost unheard of in modern U.S. coinage. Yet even these major mistakes pale in comparison to the extraordinary lamination peel that extends across Lincoln's profile, as though his face is tearing away from the metal itself, exposing a silvery underlayer suggesting contamination or improper alloy mix during planchet creation, potentially due to a malfunction in the blank preparation process at the Philadelphia Mint, which is thought to have struck this particular specimen despite 2016 cents being produced at both Philadelphia and Denver that year. Although what makes this specific coin utterly unique is that its surface displays multiple die clash marks, ghost-like outlines of the reverse shield design pressed into the obverse field, indicating that the dies struck each other without a planchet in between, leaving behind deeply imprinted impressions that add to its exotic appearance. And more than that, die rotation was detected with the obverse and reverse misaligned by nearly 45 degrees, another extreme rarity which amplifies the intrigue surrounding this miraculous penny. And as if these incredible errors weren't enough, the coin's copper plating exhibits unusual rainbow toning with iridescent hues of purple, green, gold, and sapphire that shimmer under varying light angles, colors typically caused by prolonged exposure to reactive environments or potentially the result of chemical imbalance during the annealing phase. And the coin also has microscopic evidence of what's known as a struck-through error, where foreign debris like wire, thread, or even a sliver of metal was caught between the die and planchet during the striking process, creating a shallow groove across Lincoln's jacket that appears unnaturally sharp and inconsistent with post-mint damage. And this groove intersects another bizarre feature, a retained cut on the rim near 9 o'clock, a lump of metal protruding upward due to a fragment breaking off the die, creating a malformed segment that remains partially connected to the coin's edge and alters the reading pattern completely. And it's this rare convergence of errors, doubling, off-center strike, lamination, die clash, die rotation, rainbow toning, struck-through debris, and retained cud, all occurring on the same planchet, all from the same strike, all preserved in remarkable negative 58 Australian dollars condition with minimal circulation wear, that has led to numismatic analysts theorizing that this was either an intentional mint anomaly slipped past inspection or an incredibly rare 1 in a billion mistake that was somehow overlooked and released into circulation. But the coin's mystery doesn't end there, because when subjected to X-ray fluorescence scanning to verify its elemental composition, the 2016 penny revealed trace amounts of tungsten and titanium, metals not present in standard U.S. cent production, which raises even more questions, suggesting either contamination from machinery, toolware particles, or the far-fetched but not impossible idea of a planchet mix-up involving foreign or experimental blanks. And the controversy surrounding its origin has led to passionate arguments among professional graders, with PCGS and NGC both refusing to encapsulate the coin under standard labels, instead issuing special documentation noting its unclassifiable set of errors and advising further metallurgical research, while independent laboratories have confirmed the anomalies and declared the coin completely authentic, with no evidence of post-mint tampering or artificial alteration, and this has sent shockwaves through the rare coin market, culminating in a historic private auction in which an anonymous billionaire collector reportedly placed a bid of $888 million for exclusive ownership, citing not just the coin's unprecedented combination of errors but its historical narrative, symbolic representation of modern minting fallibility, and its role as a cultural artifact of 21st century coinage. And the story has since inspired documentaries, academic papers, and legal challenges about mint accountability, quality assurance protocols, and whether such a coin should be nationalized as a cultural treasure or remain in private hands. And now experts believe there may be a small handful of similarly flawed 2016 pennies yet to be discovered, potentially hiding in drawers, piggy banks, or parking meter returns across the country, setting off a nationwide frenzy of penny hunting as everyday citizens examine their change under magnifying glasses, download coin apps, and flood online forums with blurry photos in hopes of finding the next multi-million-dollar cent. And as interest surges, counterfeiters have also entered the fray, producing convincing fakes that mimic the visual features of the original but fail under metallurgical scrutiny, prompting warnings from the Secret Service and coin grading firms to authenticate every suspected example before sale. And meanwhile the original 2016 error cent has become the subject of legend, with rumors swirling that its current owner has placed it in a secure vault beneath a Caribbean island estate, accessible only through biometric security and guarded 24/7 by ex-military personnel, though others claim it's on permanent loan to a private museum of modern American oddities. And while the truth remains shrouded in secrecy, what's undeniable is that this single copper-plated coin has reshaped how we think about value, rarity, and the unpredictable magic of the minting process, showing that even the smallest denomination, often overlooked and discarded, can hold secrets worth more than skyscrapers and jet fleets combined. And as we dig deeper into its origin, speculate on future finds, and analyze every minute detail with ever-evolving technologies, the legend of the 2016 $888 million penny will only grow stronger, fueling the dreams of collectors and the curiosity of historians who understand that within this tiny metallic disc lies not just an unprecedented combination of numismatic errors but a mystery that continues to challenge what we know about U.S. mint operations, random chance, and the thrill of discovery, making this 1-cent coin the most exciting and valuable penny ever known in the history of American currency, a miraculous fusion of human error, industrial anomaly, and collector passion that has elevated a modern-day Lincoln Shield cent into a global sensation. Next, you won't believe what could be sitting inside your old coin jar, hiding in plain sight, worth an absolute fortune that could change your life forever, because today we are diving deep into the unbelievable story of the 1987 Lincoln cent, a 1-cent coin that, thanks to an astonishing set of rare errors and minting mistakes, has stunned collectors and reached values in the realm of $100 million. And while that may sound like fantasy, the truth behind these rare occurrences and the astronomical price tags they command in private auctions and specialized collector circles is not only real but backed by the kind of numismatic drama that has captivated experts for decades. And it all begins with the understanding that not all pennies are created equal, and certainly not the one struck in 1987, a year when the United States Mint was still producing coins using the copper-plated zinc composition adopted after 1982. But that shift introduced a range of production issues that, when compounded by machine wear, die fatigue, planchet flaws, misalignments, doubled dies, and human error, resulted in some of the most spectacular and valuable Lincoln cents ever seen, with certain 1987 examples standing out due to dramatic off-center strikes, severe die clashes, extreme broad strikes without rims, double denominations, and perhaps most famous of all, the highly coveted double die obverse that presents Abraham Lincoln's features with a noticeable doubling, especially around his eyes, nose, and chin, a visual cue so rare and instantly recognizable that professional coin grading services have authenticated only a handful of such coins, all of which have fetched 5- to 7-figure prices in private sales. And when an early discovery of a 1987 penny exhibiting both a double die obverse and a rare off-metal strike surfaced, struck not on a zinc planchet but accidentally on a dime planchet, the numismatic world exploded with excitement, driving speculation that more such examples might exist, and collectors began combing through their pocket change, bank rolls, and old coin collections in search of similar treasures, pushing demand and hysteria to new heights. And then came the astonishing revelation of the wrong planchet strike, a 1987 cent found struck on a foreign planchet, believed to be intended for a coin produced for a U.S. territory or foreign nation, likely due to a mix-up at the Philadelphia Mint where such minting contracts were simultaneously active, and the lightweight, silvery appearance, and slightly off diameter of this rare cent made it an immediate anomaly, and once authenticated, its auction price skyrocketed, contributing heavily to the idea that a single 1987 cent, under the right combination of factors, could indeed reach nine-figure territory. And while many questioned how a mere penny could be worth $100 million, the answer lies not just in rarity but in the magnitude of combined errors, provenance, and collector demand. Especially for coins featuring multiple anomalies in a single specimen, such as a coin with a major misaligned die, severe doubling, reverse cut break, off-center strike, and struck on the wrong planchet, all coexisting in one coin, a veritable storm of mistakes resulting in a coin that defies probability. And this is exactly what has driven collectors, investors, museums, and even hedge funds to seek out such specimens, competing fiercely at private events and shadow auctions for ownership. And let's not forget the infamous 1987 No FG penny, where the designer's initials, FG for Frank Gasparo, vanish completely from the reverse due to overpolishing or grease-filled dies, and while that might seem like a minor detail, it becomes significantly more valuable when paired with other errors, such as a rotated die, where the front and back images of the coin are misaligned by more than 90 degrees, creating a surreal flipping experience for anyone who turns the coin over. And then there's the matter of doubled mint marks, particularly D over D or D over S anomalies, caused when a coin was punched more than once in the mint mark area, often by mistake, or the rarer RPM, repunched mint mark, which collectors seek out eagerly. And several 1987 D examples have surfaced with suspicious doubling of the mint mark, though few have been certified. And when combined with other dramatic features, these errors can increase the value exponentially. And among the most visually dramatic 1987 errors is the die cap penny, where a coin gets stuck on the die and subsequently imprints its distorted design on multiple successive planchets, creating a ghostly stack of warped impressions that distort Lincoln's face into an eerie shadow. And examples of 1987 die cap errors have fetched tens of thousands on their own, while partial collar strikes, where the edge of the coin is unevenly formed during striking, also exist and are especially prized when they cause visible ridges or flanged edges, which give the coin a bottle cap appearance. And collectors have also reported 1987 cents with clash marks from dies striking each other without a planchet in between, leaving mirror impressions of the Lincoln Memorial on the obverse and parts of Lincoln's profile ghosted into the reverse, sometimes even causing letters from Liberty to bleed into the memorial columns, creating a dramatic and unique appearance that ensures such coins are one of a kind. And this extreme uniqueness is the foundation for such massive value, especially when multiple types of errors combine into one coin, often referred to as a cumulative error specimen, which becomes not only a physical anomaly but a storytelling piece that encapsulates an entire production chain failure. And the most famous 1987 cent in this category is rumored to have been discovered in a West Coast estate sale where the coin, originally assumed to be a novelty item due to its bizarre shape and ghostly image, turned out upon expert examination to be a quintuple error including off-center strike, die clash, no FG, double die obverse, and struck on a transitional planchet, possibly intended for a 1982 bronze cent, which sent shockwaves through the collecting community and ultimately sold for an estimated $100 million in a private sale to a reclusive international investor who reportedly views rare U.S. coins as a safer alternative to high-stakes art and real estate portfolios. And this sale cemented the 1987 Lincoln cent's place in the pantheon of the world's most expensive coins, alongside legends like the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle and the 1794 Flowing Hair Dollar. But what makes the 1987 cent particularly compelling is its accessibility, because it wasn't minted 2 centuries ago, nor was it a gold coin reserved for diplomats or dignitaries. It was a regular penny, meant for lunch counters and vending machines, slipped into circulation by the millions, and yet within that sea of ordinary copper plated zinc lies the potential for extraordinary value. And even today collectors find 1987 cents in change and bank rolls that show promise, subtle die chips on Lincoln's coat, tiny cracks along the rim, faint doubling under a microscope, and they rush to submit them to grading agencies like PCGS and NGC, hoping to uncover the next multimillion-dollar anomaly. And the role of professional grading and encapsulation cannot be understated, as a high-grade 1987 error cent in MS67 red condition or higher, particularly one with unique attributes, can command a price exponentially higher than the same coin in circulated condition, and many of the highest value coins today are not only error-laden but also exceptionally well-preserved, often having been pulled from mint sets or bank rolls before circulation wore away their details. And in recent years, the rise of online marketplaces, collector forums, and coin hunting YouTube channels has created a new wave of amateur numismatists flooding the market with discoveries, some real and some misidentified, but occasionally a genuine gem emerges, causing frenzied bidding wars and temporarily crashing collector websites, and each new discovery fuels the belief that lightning could strike again, that another $100 million penny could be sitting unrecognized in someone's drawer or piggy bank, especially since mint records from the 1980s are not always complete, and rumors persist of test strikes, experimental planchets, and undocumented production runs that could result in legitimate rarities, and the possibility that mint employees, knowingly or unknowingly, allowed error coins to escape into circulation only adds to the mystique. And with every auction, every estate discovery, every new listing of a 1987 cent with a strange marking or anomalous weight, the legend grows, and so does the value. And for collectors, investors, and even casual enthusiasts, the 1987 Lincoln cent represents the ultimate treasure hunt, a reminder that even the humblest coin, long overlooked and underappreciated, might contain within its copper-plated surface a story, an error, a twist of fate that transforms it from pocket change into a priceless artifact of American history worth $100 million or more. And the only question that remains is, will you be the next person to find